Hello, hi. Today is the 23rd of May, 2025, and it's a Friday. Thank God. It's a whole week full of ups and downs. This is yours truly, Clarice T, and welcome to another um, live sharing video. Actually, many will be able to relate to my topic today. And this has been a very contentious subject matter, even in our house. A domestic household full of feminine influences and feminine wiles and feminine perspective that I had welcomed the perspective of my two son-in-laws, two sons-in-law, Patrick and Paul. No, come to think of it, both of them have um, their names start with letter P. If that's any, anyway, that's just a trivia. I just um, I just realized that now. Anyway, our topic is about the last conversations, important conversations I had with actually three of my daughters, all of them. It's about the scam, the love scam. Um, it is not a surprising thing when right now I would get calls, especially from the companies who had not received my payment for this month, May 2025, because my buffer cash had been exhausted and the legal concerns that I had initiated, the court action that I had filed, they are yet to reach beyond the preliminary. So they are like, we are still, you know what due process means. It's giving equal rights to every parties. And I guess the collection department of the companies have their job to do, and they must be stickler to the rules, while the board of directors and the management also, they have their own due diligence to observe. And it's not necessarily they will, until the matter has been consolidated, as far as they are concerned, as far as what is in their best interest. I cannot take away how they are pursuing their best interest the way that I have pursued mine. So the calls that I am receiving, entertaining, are primarily to manifest myself as a real person. I personify the account and the personal information that I had given, the contact numbers, the source of income, and other personal information, that they are still true to this day. And they are the same information that I had copy furnished, that I had given the different mediation and the different management of the companies that I hope to hear from. So until that time, I should continue working at my end as a conscientious borrower who is very much concerned about my credit rating. So as I have not been laxed in going over the the validity or the supporting papers for any deed of assignment and promissory note that I can eventually issue if there is no breakthrough in the legal system and in the judicial proceedings that I am also a part of. So I don't subscribe to the idea that I am justified in reneging or not being responsible borrower, responsible user of the platforms that I have been given an opportunity to be part of, and that as to the best of my ability, especially that I am going to release some songs, and especially that I intend to go the the roundup to give a chance for the local support that I might have judged early, or I might have not given a chance in times past, given how things have taken over us, our interactions with each other here in our local community. So going back, those calls, my first instinct was, why are you interrogating me? I am your mother and I am supposed to know better than you. How could you say that I will allow myself to be vulnerable to scams? Like they would caution me, like saying, "Who are you talking to the? Oh, who are you talking with over the phone? Like, don't you know that the frauds and the scammers are doubling down, and they had found ways to circumvent the firewall and information that's supposed to be confidential and given in trust. They are able to ride that confidentiality and the trust and confidence given to the personal information to be able to get the better of the consumer or the possible victim in terms of anything can happen, anything goes. And when I say anything goes, it means even the affairs of the heart, especially vulnerable to someone like me who had been single for the longest time. And nowadays, when you say love scam, and when you scroll, or if you're on TV, it's very high rating and popular program nowadays to entertain the woes of ordinary people who have who probably because they see a clearer way out of a problem to take their complaints and bring it to someone, to a TV personality, to a prominent personality who is out there and saying that me and my show, my platform can help resolve problem rather than crowd the docket, rather than you immediately going to the fiscal's office or to the Department of Justice or to the police blatter, to the attorney's office. And, our system might be overly taxed by all the things that between us we can solve by ourselves. Like, you don't have to be a lawyer. Of course, they would probably employ a legal expert, a law practitioner, also when it comes to navigating the law, so that everybody can stay within the fold. But what I'm saying is that I also get to be asked about my love life. And just what 2 or 3 days ago, I was out with my friend, and that was precisely the very question that I was expecting, because that's also the question that I had asked her. And I guess it's the most normal thing to ask to like a person who, like, if the last, especially when you had not seen them for the longest time, like years, and you're bound to take it from there. So she had asked me, "How's your love life?" And I said, "Oh, it's complicated." It was then I was I couldn't answer categorically because it was truly very sensitive, yes, sensitive topic at that time. Um, for example, in the in this day and age, we could come across out of the description of another person, like there is the credit investigation, and there is the valuable input of a common friend, or like a background information about a person who had gotten your attention or your interest. So we value the input. So sometimes I would come across, like I could be described as a possibility A, which is, oh, she's a con artist, a con artist. Or possibility B, that I can be described as she's an artist in crisis. Actually, no, an artist in constant crisis. Or possibility C, she's okay and she's also not okay. 50-50. She's a con artist and also, she can't help it given her situation. So it's more or less percentage depending on how merciful and generous the one who is giving a feedback about yours truly, right? And the possibility D, like zero, zero, zero knowledge, or no, she's not an artist. No, she's not in crisis. No, I don't have any personal knowledge about her, and anything that I know of her, it's not trustworthy. That's a possibility D. And the possibility E is that there are endless possibilities, actually. As endless as the narrative that I had come across and was able to discredit or debunked already, but some have persisted. So it's very fluid, and that my personality and personal identification in times past had been as fluid depending on the prevailing narrative and scenario that I found myself in. And so it is in that light where I focus how I happen to be in the very very controversial, or let's say confusing status. And nowadays also, the term catfish, someone who is being hooked into a situation, for whatever reason. This is not actually to to woo or to sway the sentiment towards being sympathetic to me. And no, that is not how it is. What I'm saying is that I deserve to have my facts checked by even the critic, even an objective perspective, an objective voice. Like, if it happens to be, of course, I cannot count my daughters as being objective because they are co-stakeholders to whatever might happen to me. They would share, they would be the first affected party, affected persons, right? So we give each other cautionary reminders, to caution each other um, not to be so trusting in this day and age, because the possibility A, even assuming for argument's sake that I am a con artist, then I am a con artist with 3 daughters who will be affected by anything that can happen to their con artist mother. And if there is someone out there who would who others like there is a man who whom who can be branded by as being whatever. I believe that they also have their own family and especially past relationships that they might want to get back or go back, or they at the very least, it's part of the world, it's part of the reality that we should consider. Like, I cannot just foster or hoist somebody to my daughters and upon checking, like upon inquiring, just ask if my daughter introduced me to a man, I would of course ask question. How long have you known him? Have you met any of his family? Like, you just don't know this aspect of him, like this face and nothing else. So it's sometimes it can get irritating because there is the presumption of distrust and less than confidence in our capacity to distinguish what is a scam and what is not. But you know, it is what it is. So, and then a possibility B, an artist in crisis. Therefore, an artist in crisis who have a family. So, it is very important for to be more forthcoming, especially given the sad tales of today. In the same way that I want to expect my daughters to defend the mother that they have, but how can they if they are not aware of the situation that I am in? In the same way that I cannot defend them if I have no idea what they have gotten themselves into, right? So it is very important to share at the right time. And when it comes to the feelings, it's they always say, and I truly believe it, that valid feelings, no, real feelings, they are valid because only the heart knows its own joys and pain. If it truly gives a measure of happiness, you know, it is what it is. It's happiness, it's joy. And when it is, as being sad or being hurt, then therefore it's no use denying that something is hurting or something is painful, right? So in this day and age, that is what is sometimes lacking. The words that we use actually. So, in the coming days, this is just an introduction actually, because I have to go and check the records because I don't want to come with the dates and with a timeline that I would say that they are how it happened to me, and it turns out I was just it just feels like it. But sometimes a thing that had happened a long, long time ago just stay fresh. It just doesn't get faded over time. It feels as if it just happened like a month ago or a year ago or a week ago. So the moment that we're asked out of the blue when that thing had happened, I might say that, oh, it's very recent. It only happened a month ago, when in fact it had already been years, right? So I need to double check. Or something that had just happened a while ago, and because I have already moved on from it, or that someone has already deleted my memory, and and I go out there and I introduce myself and I say, the impression has lasted this long. And then the other person just couldn't remember and just couldn't place whether he or she or they have truly met me in this lifetime. So that's very embarrassing, but very enlightening. And if it is the way to move forward, there is no other way but to bite the bullet wherever, let the chips fall wherever they may. Another thing that I have given consideration is that, the possibility that something, the gray areas, I want to suspend my judgment, even if good sense is already saying it's a red flag already. But given the experience that I have, being at the raw end of judgment, such as, people behaving as if they know me inside out and that I have nothing to there is nothing good that I can surprise them with, because I had already been classified as this person and that person. I also don't want others to feel that way. So I had said it's very complicated, but such complication has a way of sorting itself out, because I am at this point in time, if I am not ready to give words to it, then there is really no words and it's not real. That if I cannot, given that I have, introduce myself as a communicator and I have no words for what is happening, then it's reality check. If I cannot bring a cohesive and coherent description to anything that I subscribe to, then it's reality check. It's not complicated anymore. It has, the ship has already sailed. It's past that. It has to be assigned with words. And even if I don't have the last word, I am not the person to give the final words to it. That at the very least, at this point in time, I am entitled to the perspective that I have and to what is happening to me and to my family as being co-stakeholders and the very first persons who are affected, who will be affected by the ambiguity, by the confusion, and by any narrative that I will not be able to explain, I will not be able to justify, because it's really it has been going on, and I know I'm being cryptic. That's why I need to look over the dates first. And when did I know what I know, and what is it that I know that I didn't know then that I know now, and what is the future? What is the day after? Yes. So it it is very much appreciated by those who will take my word for it and make decisions based on my confidence is based on my set of beliefs and my narratives, that there is the presumption that I am telling the truth and that I have no ill will about, yes, it can get so tiring, like, I'm giving you a clue actually. It is not good. We only have 24/7. And that's why, even if, for instance, the Bible does not say about how the exclusivity of a relationship should be, but given the practicality of it, we only have one body. All of us have 24/7. We are very limited in being in certain place at a certain time. We only have 2 feet, 2 legs, and our brain can only accommodate so much. So we cannot take on responsibilities that are so beyond our capacity to give our best. And usually it's first come, first served. Usually it is, the order of how things had happened. And that certain sacrifices are needed to be able to get over the hump and enjoy actually the best of any situation, because there is no perfect and ideal situation or relationship for that matter. So before we can truly say that we are enjoying the best of it, and that it is the recipient of our our inputs, rightfully so, then it has to be sacrifices have to be made. And yeah, it's so as we grow older and our efforts and our energy is depleted, of course, we cannot do more. Actually, we're going to the diminishing capacity. And it's not good to have so many errands to go, diba, to divide ourselves to too many responsibilities. Yes. So hopefully, you kind of know where I am walking into. It's a lesson learned also. It's a lesson that I hope to share, given that all throughout, I have never felt alone or deprived, because God has been so great. And that, I would remember that God is near the brokenhearted and the crushed in spirit, as our number one cheerleader, because He knows what can trigger the anxiety. He knows he knows the kind of things that can send us to spiral wherever, being excessively up there and then being downtrodden the next, and it's not good, diba? So the anchor of stability and the optimism is always based on the very reality of how we are wonderfully made. So this is yours truly, Clarice, and so watch out for the next episodes. Thanks.